Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
Before his sudden death in April 2016, Prince was reportedly digging into information that could have shaken the powerful empire of Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Now, insiders claim that the materials he collected, thought to be long gone, are starting to surface again. Despite what sources describe as frantic efforts to buy and delete every trace, it seems something has slipped through the cracks. The Carters, who once believed they had destroyed every copy, are now said to be in panic mode as new leaks emerge. If these reports are true, the question isn't whether Prince was investigating them, it's who has his evidence now, and why it's coming out just as Diddy's legal troubles are exploding. Prince's death was ruled an accident, but the aftermath blurred the line between business and betrayal. The timing raised eyebrows, especially since just months earlier, he had partnered with Jay-Z's streaming service, Tidal, trusting the rapper's promise to protect artists' rights. That partnership once seemed built on respect, but after Prince's death, it turned into a courtroom battle. With no will left behind, his estate accused Tidal and Roc Nation of falsifying documents and claiming ownership of hundreds of songs without permission. Legal filings described a frantic attempt by Jay-Z's companies to control Prince's music vault, as if it already belonged to them.
And you one of Jay-Z's day ones, like one of the original circle, crew members, brothers.
30 years.
30 years. How'd y'all first connect?
Streets. It was a connection through a mutual.
By 2017, Jay-Z had turned the legal battle into lyrics. On his album 4:44, one track took direct aim at Prince's estate advisors, accusing them of betraying the late singer. I sat down with Prince eye to eye. He told me his wishes before he passed, Jay-Z rapped, drawing a clear line between himself and the estate's legal team. The statement felt deeply personal, but it also made their feud impossible to ignore. Prince's lawyers fired back, claiming Tidal's contract had been falsified, with documents allegedly backdated to look legitimate. They said messages between Prince's representatives and Jay-Z's camp didn't match what Roc Nation was claiming. To the estate, it looked like manipulation. To Jay-Z, it was a smear campaign. But beneath all the legal and public drama, one question has never gone away. What was hidden inside Prince's vault that made some of the most powerful people in music go to war?
Jay?
Yeah.
At this point? I would want, why?
Not long after the lawsuit started, reports emerged that Jay-Z had flown Prince's sister, Tyka, to New York. According to insiders, he offered around $40 million to purchase Prince's entire catalog. The offer shocked the industry, not because it was generous, but because it seemed far too low for decades of unreleased music. That led many to wonder, what exactly was in Prince's vault? What kind of material could make even a multi-million-dollar deal seem like a bargain? Some insiders now claim the vault held more than just music, that Prince had personal files, notes, and documentation about major industry figures, including executives and fellow artists. Among those mentioned, they say, were Jay-Z and Beyoncé. None of this has been verified, but the pattern is hard to ignore. Everyone who's tried to control Prince's legacy has ended up fighting over something much bigger than music.
How do you know I'm not a gangster? Or used to be a gangster? I've been in the music industry for 30 years.
Yeah, the industry's filled with gangsters.
Jay-Z's supporters insist it was all just business, but the timeline suggests a deeper story. His career has long reflected the same sharp, calculated energy he once rapped about. The record speaks for itself. In 1999, he pled guilty to stabbing producer Lance Rivera during a dispute over a leaked album and avoided jail time with probation. 2 years later, he was arrested after police found a loaded gun in his crew's car outside a Manhattan club. His bodyguard took the fall, and Jay-Z walked free. Even earlier, Jay-Z openly admitted in interviews that his first money came from street dealing in Brooklyn, saying that lifestyle taught him everything about risk and reward. Over time, he turned that past into part of his legend, but the same aggressive drive never disappeared. It simply moved from the streets to boardrooms and billion-dollar deals. By the mid-2010s, Jay-Z had reinvented himself as a polished mogul, standing beside his equally untouchable wife, Beyoncé. Their image was built on control, power without blemish. And that's what made the Prince dispute so damaging. It exposed a side of Jay-Z that clashed with the brand. A businessman accused of falsifying records, pressuring grieving relatives, and taking advantage of chaos after a superstar's death. Court filings revealed that Tidal had streamed over 15 of Prince's albums after his passing, including music he had never approved for online release. The estate accused Jay-Z's team of exploiting that brief window, confident no one would push back. When the case hit court, things turned tense. Key emails were withheld under a legal protection known as the Common Interest Doctrine, a move that made investigators even more suspicious. To many watching, it no longer looked like a business misunderstanding. It looked like a power play that went too far.
I think that they don't want, if they was in any of those freak-off tapes, if they played a part in any of those Diddy sessions, they don't want it to get out to the general public to make up the...
While that legal fight played out, another scandal was brewing. Sean Diddy Combs, the same man who once welcomed Jay-Z and Beyoncé to his famous white parties, was now facing accusations of running a criminal operation behind the scenes of his luxury lifestyle. Federal filings claim those glamorous events were actually a cover for a network of coercion, where private encounters were secretly filmed, stored, and sometimes used as leverage. Former staff and guests have backed up parts of that story, saying Diddy kept archives of videos from his notorious freak-off gatherings. Prosecutors described these events as staged performances, organized by his team and recorded to maintain control over participants. In that light, the idea that Prince, known for distrusting industry power players, might have gathered evidence about such behavior no longer sounds impossible. Especially now, as multiple lawsuits mention that Jay-Z and Beyoncé once moved in those same circles before quietly distancing themselves.
But Diddy parties and Diddy After Dark are two different things. I want to go on record of saying I never saw Jay-Z at a Diddy After Dark party. Then again, I wasn't there, so I don't know who was there. But I know that I saw Jay-Z at the Diddy party.
Jay-Z's name has surfaced in several filings connected to Diddy's growing legal troubles, including a recent civil case accusing both men of misconduct at a party in the early 2000s. Jay-Z has called the claims blackmail, and his lawyers have issued firm denials, presenting alibis and dismissing the accusations as false. Still, the timing has people talking. In online circles, the overlap between Diddy's collapse and the sudden reappearance of the alleged Prince files is fueling speculation. If it's all coincidence, it's a remarkable one. But if the stories are connected, it could explain why sources say the Carter's team is quietly monitoring every new leak site that mentions Prince's name. Prince's vault has always carried an air of mystery, said to contain entire rooms of tapes, videos, handwritten letters, and unreleased collaborations stored at Paisley Park. But those who worked on the estate's cataloging project say not everything inside was music. Some recall sealed envelopes and digital drives with unknown contents. One former advisor even told a trade outlet that certain materials were sensitive and never intended for public release. After a major deal with Universal fell apart amid legal confusion, parts of the vault reportedly changed hands several times. Somewhere along the way, files are believed to have gone missing, and that's where the latest rumor begins. Insiders claim a batch of digital archives taken during early audits has resurfaced. And according to the chatter, those files could link powerful business empires, private recordings, and hidden leverage within the same network now being exposed in court.
And it was pretty much said like Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He you know, come into the black-owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together, so that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story.
If that's true, the fallout could be massive. What started as a dispute over music rights may have turned into a battle for power, one involving reputations, alliances, and possibly evidence of behavior that goes far beyond the entertainment world. According to insiders, the Carters have quietly reached out to several of Prince's former associates, offering consulting roles and confidentiality agreements. Supporters say it's just image management. Critics say it's damage control. Either way, the sense of urgency is hard to ignore. Each week brings new whispers about encrypted drives, documents naming Diddy and Roc Nation, and even private investigators once tied to Prince's circle. None of it has been verified, but too many sources are talking for the rumors to fade away. And when the estate completed its first full inventory, some staff reportedly noticed something odd. A few catalog numbers listed in old manifests were missing from the final report. These weren't songs, they were labeled miscellaneous media. That's what everyone seems to be chasing now. Not the unreleased music, but the non-musical files. The ones that might explain why some of the industry's biggest names are suddenly acting like they never knew Prince at all.
And I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
Prosecutors dig deeper into Sean Diddy Combs' empire. The court filings read like something out of a crime thriller. Investigators describe a highly organized system behind his infamous freak-off parties, with assistants arranging transportation, private jets booked under fake names, and entire hotel floors reserved for nights that mix luxury with intimidation. The indictments detail cash transfers, medical supplies, and performance enhancers moved across state lines. Evidence reportedly includes receipts, digital logs, and what prosecutors call multimedia recordings recovered during raids in Los Angeles and Miami. When reports surfaced that investigators had seized over 1,000 bottles of lubricant, tabloids mocked the story, but prosecutors say it's no joke. To them, it's evidence of a coordinated pattern where nearly everything was documented, stored, and sometimes used as leverage. Combs continues to deny any criminal wrongdoing, insisting the claims won't hold up in court. Still, the scale and structure described in these filings have sent a chill through the entire industry.
Still. And then you have celebrities like a Jay-Z. And this is where I think the whole fallout with the Beyonce, she's just kind of in the crosshairs because of all of what's going on in the media with respect to Jay-Z and stuff. But with Jay, you know, when he complained at the Grammys about the Grammys not giving Beyonce Artist of the Year, when she's the most decorated Grammy-winning artist ever, we invited him to be honored at our award show.
The deeper this case goes, the more names get pulled into it. In one civil filing that briefly made headlines, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were listed as potential witnesses who may have attended one of Diddy's past events. But within days, an updated version of that filing quietly removed every mention of them. Jay-Z's lawyer responded immediately, saying the rapper wasn't even in Florida at the time, pointing to public appearances in New York as proof. That moment summed up the strange pattern surrounding the Carters. Their names appear, then vanish, followed by silence and swift legal cleanups. Industry insiders call it the fastest crisis management team in entertainment. To some, that shows how carefully they protect their image. To others, it looks like panic, a scramble whenever a story cuts too close to home. Now, a new rumor is spreading behind the scenes. The latest leaks connecting the Carters to Diddy's orbit may not be coming from the courts at all, but from files Prince himself compiled before his death. Sources claim Prince was privately investigating corruption and secret deals within the music industry. When he passed, his vault wasn't just filled with unreleased songs. It was said to be a kind of black box. Allegedly, copies of that archive were made and stored outside of Paisley Park. The leaks circulating now are rumored to be fragments from that backup, emails, notes, and possibly short video clips. If that's true, it could explain why some of the wealthiest people in music are suddenly working behind the scenes to buy silence in ways that leave no paper trail.
I mean, why waste my time?
And sometimes you respond to something that brings way more attention to it, too.
That too. And it's just, it goes into another space, and then you're just like, oh, y'all not listening to me.
But then you'll have somebody else that'll say to you.
Jay-Z's public reinvention after Prince's death could serve as a masterclass in image control. His 4:44 album presented him as a wise, reflective figure, preaching about ownership, integrity, and emotional growth. But behind the scenes, his companies were facing serious accusations. Court filings from NPG Records claim Tidal had backdated an equity agreement to justify streaming more than 500 of Prince's songs. Prosecutors said internal emails from that time didn't match the supposed deal. On paper, it directly contradicted Jay-Z's claim that he was honoring Prince's wishes. To fans, his version sounded noble. To lawyers, it looked like a cover story. Prince had spent years fighting corporate exploitation, even writing "slave" on his face to protest label control. Jay-Z, meanwhile, built his empire on mastering that very system. Their clash wasn't about ideology, it was about power and who gets to define artistic legacy. That same struggle now echoes in the chaos surrounding Diddy. Both men built billion-dollar brands through influence and connections. Both once ruled social circles that now seem toxic. As investigators trace Diddy's finances, they're also mapping decades of intertwined relationships across hip-hop's elite. Several insiders say that blackmail material, recordings from those infamous private gatherings, circulated quietly through the industry long before the current raids. People allegedly traded favors to keep the clips buried. Prince, ever distrustful of manipulation in the business, reportedly warned his inner circle that artists were being owned in new ways. Whether he meant literal footage or controlling contracts, his warning now feels eerily prophetic.
You said greed?
Greed.
The money?
Yes. Or the power. One of the two.
I mean, it looks more like power.
It's this spell, right?
Right.
That Jay got. That's why I kind of look at Kanye and Dame and all of them. They the old me.
Right.
They the YouTube me.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That this Dame look like the old YouTube me to me, because he hurt, bro.
Looking at how fiercely the Carters guard their image, a pattern emerges. Earlier this year, a prominent talk show host issued a public apology after airing an interview in which a former collaborator made troubling claims linking Jay-Z and Beyoncé to Diddy. Within days, their lawyers demanded the segments be removed, calling the claims baseless. The host complied, editing the footage and citing legal constraints. Such swift retractions are rare in modern media and highlight just how quickly the Carters team can snuff out stories before they gain traction. Behind the scenes, producers and journalists report being warned off covering anything tying the couple to Diddy's legal troubles. Every edited clip, every deleted post only adds to the sense of secrecy. Meanwhile, leaks tied to Prince's vault are circulating in shadowy corners of the internet. Anonymous accounts claim to hold encrypted drives containing communications between prominent figures, financial records, and footage from private events. None of it has been verified, and snippets appear and disappear almost as fast as they surface. Sources say attempts to trace the files lead back to people who worked on Prince's estate during the chaotic first year after his death. Some allegedly took data before new administrators stepped in, while others were quietly rehired by major music companies connected to Roc Nation. If true, it suggests that parts of Prince's vault were dispersed long before legal teams could secure them.
Seen Puffy independent. All the people that got hated on in the game, look where they ended up. So I can see my future. I can see what's going on here. This independency is gonna be big. I'm gonna have my own. But this ain't to just target him. I just book about my life, a movie about my life.
That's where the story gets dangerous. The same federal teams investigating Diddy's alleged network are said to be reviewing communications from several entertainment figures who intersected with him financially or socially. The Carters are not defendants, not even named targets, but their proximity makes them a constant topic in speculation circles. Some industry veterans insist that what Prince documented wasn't criminal activity at all, just evidence of how far artists go to protect their business. Others whisper that it's something worse. Proof of deals made to keep silence, favors exchanged to hide compromising material, and powerful intermediaries who act as cleaners when stories threaten billion-dollar brands. The strange irony is that Jay-Z once framed himself as the heir to Prince's fight for independence. Yet, everything we're learning about the vault dispute paints him as the mirror opposite. A mogul who wants every master, every narrative, every trace of dissent under his control. Even Beyoncé's carefully curated image of perfection fits the same pattern. The couple's empire thrives on purity and discipline. So, any association with scandal, even tangential, threatens the foundation. When their names surfaced in the Diddy filings, their legal response was swift and absolute. When those references disappeared, the story only grew louder. Each denial makes people wonder what exactly they're working so hard to suppress.
So, as we look at Jay-Z's life, he's a billionaire, married to Beyonce. Do you feel like he's truly reaped the karma of all his actions?
Where were the comments at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, well.
Or do you feel like he ever will?
I feel like if you done people wrong, you know you done people wrong.
What ties all of this together is Prince's lasting influence. He distrusted corporate deals and often said that owning someone's art was the same as owning a piece of their identity. If the current leaks really come from his private archive, they could change how we understand the power structure in the celebrity world. Imagine if these documents revealed that leverage and blackmail, not talent, kept certain figures untouchable for decades. Imagine if the same couple who built an empire preaching empowerment were also connected to a system designed to silence others. There's no proof yet, but it would explain why people who normally control every headline are suddenly so quiet. The pattern is striking. Diddy facing federal trial, Jay-Z fighting lawsuits over Prince's catalog, and an unseen trail of data potentially linking them both to a musician who foresaw the danger of giving power to the powerful. The longer these files circulate, the more frantic the energy becomes, statements, denials, and behind-the-scenes phone calls. If these documents exist, they could reveal the hidden economy of secrets that underpins modern fame. And if the next leak names more people, this story may not just be about Diddy's legal troubles. It could be about a reckoning for an entire generation. If Prince's files really expose how influence, silence, and money intertwined, then the Carters aren't just fighting rumors. They're trying to contain the legacy of a man who documented everything. The big questions remain. Who holds those files now? And what happens when the next leak hits? Stay alert, stay curious, and remember, every secret eventually comes back into the light.